It is Wednesday, and once again, a Happy New Year to everybody out there. We're back at Hammer Away. This is Viking Stew. It's time to celebrate.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
So, a Happy New Year. This is going to be part two. I kind of thought about that today. I thought, I could easily just make this a part two of what we started late last night. So if you missed it last night, you missed it all. Well, not all of it. There's still plenty to happen. But last night we gave you the preview. Here is the preview. And these things take a little bit of time to put together. So it's all good. But what I'm going to do right now is going to add in some more of these things so that we can do this today. And then let's see what we've got here. Oh yeah. Okay. So I'm going to do that. Where's my number 2? Does anybody see the number 2? Where is it? It's kind of weird. I don't see it. This is strange. I'm looking for things that I did and I'm not seeing them. It's kind of weird. I don't like it. I don't like it. Why is it not there? That's kind of strange. Let's take a look over here and see if it showed up in there. Yeah, I guess it did. Oh man. It's easy when you've got when you got a whole stack of stuff. It's easy to get screwed up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, for those of you counting along with me. An error occurred. Why would an error occur? So anyway, now we got a certain amount of these. And so for those of you counting along, yep, looks like I got to pick a couple of them out again. That happens sometimes on this. You got to drop things in a couple of times because it moves too quickly for it, I guess. I don't know. Hopefully everybody had a wonderful and happy New Year celebration last night and a safe one. I did. I was here with you guys at the midnight hour here in the Midwest, that is. And so it was cool. I just chilled with the animals, and then I was here with you guys. But I did get an interesting burst of energy afterwards, and I did a couple of things, and then I was watching the Blues Brothers movie. So I wrapped that up. And then, as I mentioned yesterday, because I had gotten the soundtrack, I watched The Wanderers this morning. So if you haven't seen that, make sure you check it out. If you're a fan of the Warriors, they kind of came out at the same time. But if you're a fan of the Warriors, then definitely watch The Wanderers. And I was incorrect. The gang in that movie that is, very, I don't know. It's very ominous. It's, not the gang you want to go up against, is the Ducky Boys. And that is the gang that Ace Frehley said he was part of in his book. That's what he said. So I'll take it for what it is. So I'm going to get back into this other folder, and hopefully I've got all of my clues in there, and we will see. I still don't see number 2. I said number 2. I still don't see number 2. So that's kind of weird. I'm going to check in this one again too and see what we've got. Okay, here. I must have accidentally put them in this folder as well. So we have all of these. Well, here, I'll just go like that. And then I'll add those two. And we'll open those and make sure all of those go in. I know I've done this before with you guys, and it gets to be where the system drops out a couple of them, and then I'm going through. I'm like, where is that one? And it just doesn't show up. So, but yeah, if you have any questions or comments, put them up in the comments section, and we will get to those. I'd love to talk about those. Any questions that you have, especially when I'm putting this stuff together, now's a great time to put that in and see what's going on. One goes straight from 1 to 3. So we have to try it again for number 2. And again, you get to say number 2. All right, let's see what that does. All right, so what do we got? I'm going to move this up into there. And what am I missing now? Just number 11, it looks like. And let's see what we got. Where is it? I don't see it. Let's go to the other folder and see if it's in there. For some strange reason. Well, why isn't it there? Okay, there's the number. Okay. I don't get it, guys, but it's all right. I'll just open it up and we'll do it again. So, again, some great vinyl. If you guys have some vinyl stuff that you guys, pick up and you want to talk about it, let me know what you've gotten, because it's cool stuff. Well, that's strange. Oh no, because it only goes to. All right, we'll figure this out. No problem. Most of it's here, so I'm not going to worry about it. Let's just get back to it and get this thing started so we can wrap it up. All right. So yeah, not too long of a show. We're going to be back on. I'll be back on Go Game Go tonight. So that'll be awesome. That'll be great to be here back in the home office doing the show again, and having some fun. So let's get started. So what are we doing? It is the Judas Priest song and album titles crossword today, and I call it Crossrocks is kind of what I call it. It's based off of a thing that I used to do, that I started years ago. That was mainly the name of something, but now what we're going to do is do this and do this crossword puzzle. So hang tight, because here we go. Are you ready? I am ready. All right, so we're going to start with across. So here we go. The number 1 across is, first question. This song from the Stained Class album landed Judas Priest in court, blank the realms of death. So I'll leave it out there for just a second, and then we'll put up the answer. So it is number 1. Judas Priest ranks right up there as one of my all-time favorite bands. Iron Maiden's probably that number 1 spot now, and has been for a long time. It's chilly where I am. I don't know what it's like where you are, but I got a blanket out and a heating pad, and I'm dressing the same as I did last night, just shirt wise. So I'll show that to you because it is a classic, and I think it might still be available on TeePublic. So this song from the Stained Class album landed Judas Priest in court, blank the realms of death, and that is Beyond the Realms of Death. All right, now we're rolling. Here we go. All right, let's do 2 across. One Shot at Blank is from the 1990 release Painkiller. Was produced by Chris Sangarides, not Tom Allom. They were produced by Tom Allom for many years, from the late 70s all the way to the late 80s. And we'll be talking a little bit more about that here in just a second. So that word that's missing from that song, One Shot at Glory. There you go. So we're filling her in. Let's go to number 3, which is which is numbered correctly for a big bunch of this, but it's not labeled correctly later on, so don't worry about that. All right, so but you see where it is right there in the middle under the word beyond. So let's get to our next question. 3, blank Manalishi with the 2-prong crown, written by Peter Green, was the second Green Judas Priest cover and appeared on the album originally called Killing Machine. So there you go. It's kind of weird how that one works out because it's a Peter Green tune. And I say green in there quite a bit because the answer is green. There we go. Green Manalishi with the two-prong crown. There was another track that Judas Priest covered by Peter Green on Stained Class, oddly enough. So I was unaware of that too for many, many years. All right. So there we go. We stand with those so far. Let's go to number 4. This album preceded The Invincible Shield. Preceded The Invincible Shield. I really enjoy The Invincible Shield. And what I did was in a playlist, I went ahead and combined these two albums into one playlist. There is one track where it's an intro to another that's on Invincible Shield, and almost didn't do that. Emma Jade Love, how are you? Happy New Year, everyone, she says. Strike that like button. Get your hammers out and smack it down. Give it your best lightning strike. That's a beautiful thing. Emma Jade, it's wonderful to see you. Thanks for being here. All right, so let's move on to the answer. So this is where we were, and now we're at Firepower. That's the name of that album. That Firepower album, you could have done a double record with that. Firepower and Invincible Shield. It's just so good. So good. All right, well, let's leave that for a second, and then we'll go into number 5. So number 5 across, the song Blank of the Damned appears on Redeemer of Souls and was written by Tipton, Halford, and Faulkner. The song Blank of the Damned. All right. Let's see, where were we here? There. All right. That is March of the Damned. Redeemer of Souls, not an album that I know super well. But I think I know it better than I think I do. Because when I go through the songs, I'm like, yeah, I know that one. I know that. The one that I didn't bring up, and we'll have to use this on the next one. There's a couple of albums, of course, that I didn't reference in here. It's just the way it works, It's the fate of the words and what can make it and what can match. So these take a little bit of time to do, so I don't mind doing that. I think it's a lot of fun. But yeah, it's also the reason that some albums don't get touched. So anyway, number 5. Number 6, across. Tom Allom produced this 1988 Judas Priest release, which was his last until returning 30 years later to produce Firepower. How about that? Tom Allom produced this 1988 Judas Priest release, which was his last until returning 30 years later to produce Firepower. So we were at March. So what do we have? Number 6, Ram It Down. I got that Ram It Down album the day before it was released in the stores when I went down to KC 95. I was hanging out there, and they were like, yeah, do you want to pick out a record or something? And there it was, Ram It Down. And that was so cool. So cool. It wasn't even in the stores yet. I did have a great Christmas. Now, it wasn't a traditional Christmas. I was in Florida, and we did have a wonderful meal, though. It wasn't a turkey. It wasn't ham. We had surf and turf. We had steak and shrimp. It was really, really good. And since I flew down there, didn't have any gifts on me at the time, but I did go shopping and got some stuff while I was out. So that was pretty cool. So Ram It Down, great record. Not my favorite, just song choices and things like that. Not my super favorite of theirs, but it's great. It's great. It's got some fantastic stuff on it. Got some of my favorite stuff on it. So Again, there's not a clunker in the bunch. Yeah, I mean, some people talk to you about Nostradamus, or maybe I'd talk about Point of Entry at some point, but you know. All right, so number 7 across, Leather Blank is the 4th track on the Painkiller album. So Leather Blank, it's the blank that is going to fill in that number 7 spot. So where were we? Ram it down. So Leather Blank. Should we take a look? Rebel, Leather Rebel. What a great tune, man. That Painkiller album, just a great change in direction. I'm telling you, man. It's a great record. Painkiller just kicks ass. Yeah. So number 7, number 8 across. Killing Machine opens with Delivering the Goods, one of my favorite songs by Judas Priest. And is followed by Rock Blank. So Killing Machine, also known, I had a hard time trying to decide if I wanted to put Killing Machine / Hellbent for Leather, because it was originally called Killing Machine, but when it came out here in the States, it was Hellbent for Leather. But I just think I like the name Killing Machine for that album, and that was the original, so I'm all about that. So Killing Machine opens, and Hellbent for Leather opens for Delivering the Goods, and is followed by Rock Blank, and that is Rock Forever. What a great song. Great song. That album has its heavier moments, and then it has some moments that aren't as heavy, but that was the first album I ever heard. So there you go, Rock Forever. It would have fit, right? Rock Lobster. That's wonderful. Nice call. Nice call. That's funny that it fits. We'd just be out of luck though for that for that word that's got to come in. Oh man, that's brilliant. Nice job, Emma. Thank you. Oh man. B-52s are proud of you right now. All right, number 9 across. This song also follows the opening track, yet is from the 1981 album Point of Entry, which at the time really pissed me off. But I've got an appreciation for it now. The weirdest thing I think, and the strangest thing about it, is the fact that I like pop music, right? But it was just the problem that they went so pop metal that it wasn't Judas Priest anymore. So that was all, you know. So anyway, number 9 though. So there we go, and the answer is Don't Go. Is that second track on that album after Heading Out to the Highway. So you have Heading Out to the Highway, you're like, all right, this is great. This is like another Judas Priest record. Okay, cool. Right. And especially after putting out British Steel, you're like, yeah, this is freaking awesome. And then that song comes on, you're like, what is happening right now? I have no clue. It's like they came and, just snatched my favorite band. And I didn't know what happened. Okay, so the Joan Baez cover for number 10 of Blank and Rust appears on the Sin After Sin album and would also be a popular live song. So appearing on the Unleashed in the East album live in Japan. Yeah. So what was that? Diamonds, and I know some of these are real easy. This one's really easy. Here's a strange one though. I gotta figure this one out. Choop, 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 choop. Or do I? I guess I don't. I don't know what's going on with that. All right, here we go. Diamonds and Rust. Actually, I'm talking to my band about doing this, so I have to learn this song really soon, because I told them the other night I made it a pact. If I want a new song in, I got to learn it first. So there you go. That's dedication to your brothers. All right. So now I think that was it for all the across, right? So there we go. Across. So there is everything. Yep. Yep. So here we go into the down section. Let's head down. We're going down. All right. So number 1 down is real simple. This repeat of One Across features the first album, but here's some new information. This repeat of One Across features the first album with drummer Les Binks, who was a part of the band Fancy prior to joining Judas Priest. So I'll tell you what. I'll bring myself to the front here. Hi. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to find this. All right. Oops. I don't like this keyboard. I need to get a new keyboard. I'm just going to put this in. Double down on it. Well, let's see here. Let's put in band, I guess. I don't know. There it is. Okay. So that's okay. So that's Touch Me, but I don't want that. I want Fancy. Let's see if we do full album. And let's see what happens. Okay, see, I don't think that's it. Fancy. All right, hold on. I'm so sorry. I thought this would be easy to find, but fancy is a relative term out here on Facebook. There's a lot of fancy out here. And I wonder if I put in Les Binks. Let's try that. Let's see what happens. Yep. Okay, so there that is. There's an interview with him 6 years ago. All right, so let's see what we got here. There we go. All right, I'll give you this one first. I'd like to give you the fancy one. So I'm going to copy this link. This is their cover of the Trogs tune. Okay, so I'm going to paste that right in there. This is their version of Wild Thing. So this is the reason that I had a single that even had that song Fancy on it. So I'm going to drive through here and see if I can see. So Everybody's Crying Mercy. They put out a CD which had 2 of their albums on it. And let's see. She's Riding the Rock Machine. All right, so let's see here. Where is that song Fancy? Come on, man. Just give me the song. I'm going to have to check out a bunch. There's a lot of stuff in here under Les Binks. Interesting. Somebody ranked best to worst on Judas Priest albums. Usually I don't like watching those. You guys, should I do that? Should I do any of that? I don't know. Oop, let's see. What do we got here? Okay, so here's Fancy Topic. Let's go there. All right. All right, so here's the expanded edition. Here's the song Fancy. All right, so let's do this. I'm going to copy that. And now let's get back to what we're doing here. Yeah, do yourself a favor. And this one. So what I had that Wild Thing single. So when you're listening to these 2 songs, please look them up and just put in Fancy Topic. It'll take you to there. You know what? I'm sorry. Let's do one more thing. Let's just go back and I'll give you this link as well. Then you can listen to all their stuff because it's really, it's worthwhile listening to it all. And they had a Penthouse pet in their band, and then they had another woman that sang as well. And on that single that I'm telling you about, these 2 songs that I just sent, there's one of them is on one side of the single. One did Wild Thing, and the other one did Fancy. So, but here you go. There's a link to their to their page on YouTube. So you can check out all their stuff there. All right. So, yeah. So that's great. Thanks, Emma. And then, yeah, sure. I should do a best to worst. Yeah. All right. A lot of times I just don't agree. I mean, we all have our opinions. So I don't know. But I'm not Rolling Stone. So I'm not putting out this shitty list of stuff that you're like, great. Wow. They made it. And this other person, it's, it's almost as if Rolling Stone doesn't know how many real guitar players there are out there. Because you're like, why aren't you choosing Gary Hoey or Greg Howe or Vinnie Moore? Why when you put this list together, there's Kurt Cobain, and you're like, other people did what Kurt Cobain did way before Kurt Cobain ever, maybe before he was born. So not saying anything bad about it. I'm just saying he was what he did. Well, I don't know. What he did is what he did, but I think other people did it, to start it up. It's not like he started anything. Okay. So shutting my mouth up and getting back to the game, shall we? All right. So I think we're on, let's see, one down was that. And, yeah. And so I need to put that up on the board, don't I? That's what I need to do, is put that up on the screen. So there we go. Beyond, because it's a repeat of the number one above. So we have Beyond was our number one. All right. And let's scoot that one up. All right. So down. Number two. I said number two. The song Island of Blank on Priest's 1976 Sad Wings of Destiny release is the album's final track. It's a great, great song. But here's an added note that I just learned today. The song referenced in 10 Across was originally recorded for Sad Wings of Destiny. That version can be heard on the Best of Judas Priest. So originally they did, if you remember, that was Diamonds and Rust is what I'm referencing there. So Diamonds and Rust was originally recorded to be on Sad Wings of Destiny. And then it changed. So, but it does appear that version, it's on Sin After Sin, but they re-recorded it for Sin After Sin. But the original version that they did for Sad Wings of Destiny is on the Best of Judas Priest. So check that out. Check it out. All right. So Island of what? It was the Island of Domination, which that makes me think of the Midnight Devils. So check out The Sound of Domination by the Midnight Devils off their second record. It's fantastic. I love that song. Big, big favorite of mine, of theirs. So yeah. Check it out. Number three, down. And here we go. We're in the final heat here. All right. So three, Blank Deceiver, another track on Sad Wings of Destiny, appears after the Ripper. So it's Blank Deceiver. And if we're looking at this, what I hadn't been doing is I hadn't been showing you what we have. We have, so there it is. Starts with a D, has an E, M, and R in it. So that is Dreamer Deceiver. There you go, Dreamer Deceiver. Now we had something else, that we were talking about with that. We had the information. Let's see here. Yeah. So that version can be heard there. Let's go to our next one. Let's see. That's Dreamer Deceiver. All right, number 4 down. This third track from Redeemer of Souls, Halls of Blank, is one of Viking Stew's fave tracks. And gee, I wonder why. What do you think it is? Halls of what? And there's not a lot to it if I remember right. You got an H and you got an L. And yeah, there's Dreamer. So what do we think? It is Halls of Valhalla. I love that song. Valhalla. That's kind of how they say it in the song. Valhalla. It's a great track. Great track. Oh, man. Never gets old. All right, here we go. Number 5 down. This one-word song title comes from Priest's 1980 British Steel album and follows Breaking the Law. It opens up with a guitar riff, too. It's really cool. And it's a mover. It's not a mover like some of it. Valhalla. Very nice. Very nice. I needed to have checked your comment before I did it. I finally got one. Good. That's what matters. You know it, and I believe you. I don't not believe that you had it. All right. So this one word, and here it is, has a G, an R, and an N, and an R. So what do you think? It is a track called Grinder. Grinder. I love it. Great stuff. Very good. I was very excited that they played some really cool stuff off of their British Steel album on this latest tour. It was really, really neat. All right, let's get back to it here. We're almost done. Got 2 left. All right. This one's so easy. As you can see by the puzzle, it's very easy. I mean, what could it be? It can only be like 2 words off the top of my head. Well, 3, I guess. So yeah, let's get to the this live favorite, Electric Blank, follows the instrumental opener, The Hellion. I told you some of these are easy. That's just the way it goes. Very cute, Emma Jade. Very cute. But I'm so sorry. That is incorrect. What is the other choice? Electric Eye. What a great tune, man. That's a very popular one that they still play today. So once that hit, it was huge. Played that at the US Festival. So yeah. All right, so let's take a look here. Our last one here is an O and a D. All right, so let's take a look at our last clue here. This song, Metal Blank, intros with the repeated explosive ending echoes of British Steel's opener, Rapid Fire, which is they played Rapid Fire at this latest tour. So good, man. I'll tell you what. So this song, Metal Blank, and there you go. That's what you got. Oh, I makes more sense. It may make more sense, but it's not like Eve is out of it. I mean, it could be Electric Eve. I think that's pretty cool. I think that could be like an 80s metal tune. Electric Eve. She was Electric Eve. That could work. It's pretty ominous, right? I mean, it can be ominous. Electric Eve. All right. So what is this track that follows Rapid Fire? Let us find out. Metal Gods. I once did that with a vocalist. Let's put it that way. I wouldn't say singer. I would say vocalist. And it was fun. I loved playing it, and I loved singing all the background stuff. That was fun. And we did the best we could. So there you go. There you go. Beyond the Realms of Death. What do we have here? One Shot at Glory. Green Manalishi with the 2-pronged crown. Firepower is a great record. And then it was why can't I think of it? March of the Damned, and then the album Ram It Down. Great. I saw that tour. It was awesome. Cinderella opened, if I remember right. Leather Rebel was the track from Painkiller. Rock Forever and Don't Go. And if you haven't heard that and you're a big fan, that's great. That's great. Okay, well, doggone it, Emma Jade, I'm going to put another one of these together right away, and I'll just keep making them. So, and then eventually I want to put out a book. So that'll be great. You can review with your friends or dominate your friends, one of the two. It's not great to do that, but hey, if they don't think you're as smart at something else, then. So anyway, let's finish up. Don't Go from Point of Entry. Go ahead and listen to that record. It's got a lot of merit. It's got some great, fantastic, legendary Judas Priest songs on it. Don't think I'm poo-pooing the whole record. It's just when you hear it, if you've never heard it, it's going to throw you for a second if you're anywhere near being a Priest fan. All right. Diamonds and Rust was the Joan Baez tune that they covered that Edge of Blue will be putting into the set list this year. And then we get back started again, Beyond the Realms of Death, Island of Domination, and Dreamer Deceiver, and Halls of Valhalla. And Grinder came next, and Electric Eye from Screaming for Vengeance. If you've never heard Screaming for Vengeance and you need some metal to put your day straight, just go ahead and put that in if you've never heard it. And Metal Gods, also from British Steel. So that was fun. I dig it. I hope you dug that. I hope you really enjoyed it. I don't have a lot of fun doing those. It's better than just doing trivia. Takes a couple extra minutes to put it together, but it's really, really cool. It always helps when you have all the answers, just like the late and great Alex Trebek. Trebek? I'll take Swords for 500. That's S words. Damn you, Trebek. So, yeah. Well, have a wonderful rest of the evening. Be sure and hop over and see us on Go Game Go tonight. And I'm eager to find out what we're going to be doing there. I've been out and might just be doing an open chat tonight, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I might have to fire up the game system and be ready for that. So hope you guys got something cool music-wise for Christmas, or I hope you enjoy just listening to something. Maybe you had time off and you had time to find something new. Just check in with me if you want to, and on the show, and see what's new. If there's something you want to know about, if there's bands that you really enjoy and you're like, they don't make music like that anymore. Well, 10 to 1 somebody is, and hopefully I can point you in the right direction, and you can find something you really, really, really like. So all right, guys, have a great rest of the evening. I am going to go do the Go Game Go thing. But before I do that, I am going to start watching The Warriors, because I watched the Wanderers earlier today. And that's my 2 gang movies that I'm going to watch for this New Year's Day. And so we will get this started. And so check out something you like. If you've seen any movies that you like, let me know about that. If there's movies like I have back here that are music central or centric, then let me know. Let me know what some of your favorites are, and we'll go from there. All right. Great to see you here as well, Emma Jade. Hopefully one day maybe we'll see each other in person. But until then, just have a wonderful evening, folks. Enjoy yourselves. Check us out on Go Game Go.
Can you dig it?